Hey guys, hope everyone's day is going well. So right here, I've got a brand new yo. It's from 2SickYoYos. This is the Guardian, and today I'm going to do a little review on it. As you can see, this is already really cool looking yo-yo. Great shape, great color. Let's get right into it. We're gonna give a quick shout out to 2SickYoYos. They've been supporters of my channel for a good long while now. So thank you for sending me this yo and for making this review entirely possible. I'm gonna put their links and all their social media and stuff like that up there, as well as in the description. So be sure to check them out. They're a super cool company with some really cool guys on the team. All right, so first things first, let's take a look around this yo. Now, first of all, this colorway, it's great. It's really cool. So it seems like kind of the base color of this yo is a pink, but then we've got this kind of purpley pink acid wash, kind of splatter and splash, and then we have little bits of green everywhere, which just are so cool. I've never ever seen a colorway like this before. In my opinion, it looks super great alone, but it also looks really cool when it's spinning. So overall, highly recommend this colorway. It looks super great. Now, moving on to the design, let's check out that shape. And so this is a very pronounced and elongated H shape right there. I mean, you can just see this is definitely a really wide yo-yo. You can tell from the specs, but just looking at that shape, it's so elongated. There's such a large trapeze gap, which generally makes this a very wide and accommodating yo-yo, which I really love. You guys know I love my wide yo-yos. And so basically, let's look at that shape. So we got a pretty big rim right there, and then there's just this really nice, really like steep slope down to the bearing. It is a little bit curvy right there, which is super interesting, but really it's just that one rim and then just a slope down to a little step right before the bearing, it looks like. Just got a little jut right there. That's gonna make the response system of this yo really nice. And so really great design here. There definitely are yo-yos out there that have a similar design to this, but I think 2SickYoYos pulled this off really well because it looks super elegant and it's also very accommodating. Now moving on over to that cup, we've got a really nice thick rim right there. That's gonna give us a ton of rim weight. Then we got a pretty steep slope down to the cup. And in the cup, in the middle, we've got kind of a flat center, and then in the very center, we've got a spike. So we got a little pointy spike in the middle, and so this is going to add a little bit more center weight, which is going to balance that rim weight. So hopefully we can have a really nice even weight distribution with that spike and the rim weight. Overall, this yo is really well designed. You can tell that there's a lot of attention to detail just looking at the fine, minute details right there, and in general, this is a really great looking yo as well. It's super cool. This yo also fits in the hand very well because of that nice shape. And yeah, those are basically the main things I wanted to point out with this design. All right, so now we can talk about the play of this yo and how it actually feels on the string. So first things first, as you might expect with that pretty big rim right there, this yo plays very rim weighted. It's a very noticeable rim weighted yo-yo. You're gonna throw it down, you're gonna feel that rim weight immediately, which is gonna translate to some really solid play. On the string, I felt this yo didn't really tilt at all for any of my tricks. I was really impressed, especially since this is a monometal yo-yo. I'd say this is almost a monometal yo-yo that plays like a bimetal, and it had the rim weight and stability of a bimetal while it is just still a monometal. So that's really impressive. However, I do think that the rim weight isn't overpowering because we do have that spike in the middle. So that spike adds a little bit of that center weight, which kind of counteracts the rim weight. And so, I talked about having this yo having so much rim weight. It's not overpowering. It's not it's not too intense. It's just the right amount to make for a really stable yo and a really long spinning yo. So really great design there. The shape, totally approved, and I really like the feel of that. Additionally, when it comes to the speed of this yo and how it feels on the string, I'd say this yo has a little bit slower acceleration, and so you're gonna have to put in a little bit more effort than normal to get this yo up to top speed. But once you do this yo at a higher speed, it's gonna stay at that speed really nicely because of all that momentum. So hopefully you guys can understand what I mean here. It's gonna take a little bit more effort to really like crank up the speed on this, but once you're moving pretty fast and the yo is moving in the same direction, it's gonna stay at that top speed for a nice long time. It's got a lot of momentum. So really interesting kind of design here. I think that's because the shape is so flared out. It kind of makes for a larger yo-yo, and it just generally, that's the way I interpreted it. Additionally, I talked a little bit about that shape right there, but this is such a wide and accommodating shape. It's a very comfortable feeling yo-yo, very satisfying yo-yo to play, just because you know that that shape is so wide that you're gonna land most of your tricks on it. And it just increases the chances of you landing some of those more complex whips and slacks. And so that's something I can definitely appreciate, a nice wide shape to make me feel a little bit more reassured about the consistency of my play. I also really liked the response system of this yo. I personally was using some kitty normal string, and I really didn't experience too many snags or anything like that. So really like the response system. I think it's just perfect for a normal size string. I wouldn't go any thicker than kitty normal because I think that's going to lead to some snagging, but for now with kitty normal, it's got some really nice snappy binds, really tight binds that definitely felt really good. And now I definitely have to mention the grinds of this yo because they are exceptional. So first things first, finger grinds are probably the best on a monometal that I've ever felt. And I'm serious when I say that. this yo-yo just has that really elongated and wide shape, and what that means is that there's very little friction between your finger and the yo-yo when you're doing a grind. So for finger grinds, those are just phenomenal. I've never played with a mono metal that has longer finger grinds than this yo. It's got so much frame rate, it's got so much stability that it's gonna stay on your finger for a ridiculously long time. Additionally, moving on over to the finger spins, those are also actually really nice. Although it has that spike in the middle and you're not gonna like really lock in, finger spins were still really nice. It's got a really great smooth matte finish all around this yo, and so it's definitely gonna spin on your finger for a great long time. That's something I've noticed. It's really great for finger spins, even though it doesn't have a cup that you kind of sink into and lock into it for a finger spin. And so yeah, that's basically it for my review on the 2SickYoYos Guardian. In general, this is a really solid throw for them. Really nice wide throw, really accommodating shape. If you're a big fan of these kinds of, larger, wider shapes with a stable feel, I think this is gonna be a great candidate for you. It's also a monometal yo-yo that kind of has the stability and feel of a bimetal. So if that sounds at all appealing to you, I think this is gonna be a great candidate. And in general, I'm really impressed with what 2Sick pulled off with this one. I hope you guys all learned something new from this review. Make sure to hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for the YouTube algorithm. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.